Hello everyone, welcome to PBER Open Source Security Operations Center training. I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm happy to see you with another interesting video. In this video, I'm just going to talk about EL Stack, which is Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. I'm going to show you how to set up EL Stack in AWS. So basically, EL Stack is an open source software, which is a SIEM solution. This is a consist of four components. One is Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, and Beats. So this is basically what it'll do is it'll aggregate all kind of logs from all the systems and applications, and it will analyze the logs and it also display in a visualization like it used for monitoring and troubleshooting and security analytics and for the more informations. So basically, you can host it the EL stack in Azure platform, AWS, and on-prem as well. So I'm just going to show in AWS, but the steps are will be the same. You can follow the same thing in Azure as well or on-prem also. Okay, so this is the architecture. So Beats is the collecting. It's a kind of an agent where it collect all the logs from the event, and it will be forward to the log stash where it will do all the parsing the logs, and Elasticsearch will store and search the logs. So whenever you are searching something, it will be searching and it'll giving the display of according to your query. And Kibana is something like it will be visualizing all the logs over there. So without further delay, let's get into the video. So I have already signed in with the AWS. So for this AWS requirement, you should be having is 8 CPU core, 32 GB memory, 80 GB hard disk. This is a minimum. Depends upon your log aggregations and those things. You have to go depends upon the requirement. For example, if you have a more than 1,000 servers, you just need to go it on it. So this is a basic recommended configuration. So this is a baseline configuration. So based on your requirement and servers and the things, you can go and improve on it. Okay. And also we have to create a security policies, and we have allow port numbers 92005601 and 5044. So we have to allow this port. So that is how the computers will communicate it over there. Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to cover everything. So first, the first step, we will be going and creating a instant in AWS, followed by we just going to create a network policies. So let's go and quickly create a, VM. So instance. So launch the instance, and we will name it as SIM solution open source LK. Okay, and for this one, I'm just going with the Ubuntu. Ubuntu version is fine. Let's use the same version like Ubuntu free version, which is a 20.0.4. Let it keep it. Only thing is we are just going to increase the uh, memory, CPU, and everything. So in this case, we need large. So basically, we need 8 core CPU and 32 GB. So this is the requirement. So T2, we'll take this T2 large. We'll select it, and let's go and create a key pair. Key pair is really needed when you basically take a SSH and you go into it. So let's go and create a new pair. So the key pair is open sock. I'm just naming it. And yes, I needed for OpenSSH because I need the certification. So I'm just going to take a SSH from there to configure the EL stack. So let's take it over there, and let me click key pair. Okay, so the key pair is downloaded successfully. Let me go and keep it as it is. Let me create a allow SSH traffic as it is. So then remaining thing, let it be. Yeah, so the storage I need to increase to 80 GB, and let it be remaining setups are everything. So let's launch the instant. It will take us some time to launch the instant. Once the instance is launched and running, we will set the so let's go to the instance. So once the instance is up and running, then we will go and set a security network policies so that we can allow the EL stacks related port number services. So for the better communications and those things. Okay. So Hopefully this should become, it won't take much time. Let me refresh it. Yes. So you can see that the instant is ready and it is running. So let me go and I'll show you to show how you can modify the security rules. So you have to go to this tab called security, and we just going to create a inbound rule, which is all the traffics, whatever that's going to come here, we just going to configure here. So how we going to do is, and we are going to add all the entries here, edit the inbound rule. So here only SSH is actually allowed. So now we are going to add one more service, which is a custom TCP, just name it as. So the port number, what we are going to configure first one is EL stack, Logstash search engine, which is Elasticsearch we allowing, so which is 9200. And if you want to allow from the certain IP address, you can do restrictions and those things. In my case, I'm just going with anywhere. So anywhere IP, I'm just going it any. So I'm just going with the customs and 00 anywhere is it. And this is for Elasticsearch, okay, service. Clear it. Okay, this is what that. And one more thing is one more rule I'm just adding. And the next one is this one is for the Kibana 5601, and customs. I'm just giving anywhere IP, and it's just giving, and this is a Kibana service. This is for the dashboard. Otherwise, the dashboard you will not able to load the dashboard. The Kibana service, Kibana dashboard one. And one more rule we're going to add. The last one is for the file beats. Uh, Sorry, not for the file beat, for the Logstash 5044. And I'm just clicking anywhere. And this is Logstash service. Okay, so save the rule, and this policies, all network policies should be updated. Let's go and go to the security rules, and we'll ensure yes, the rules are updated, so there is no problem. So now what we'll do is we will go and take the SSH service. So to do that, just go to the action. So let me show you how to take a remote of it. So just go to the instant and connect, and just go to the SSH client. Just copy this complete thing and open a terminal. Let me clear it. And basically, I just need to go to the file, to the path where I downloaded, so that it is actually download in the CD downloads. Clear it. So now good to go. So now let's start the SSH service. So let me paste this command and enter. Basically, where you download the certificate, you have to go to this path. And SSH service, you can take it from the PowerShell. You can log in, so you don't need to use of PuTTY or any other terminals to do it on it. PowerShell have the ability to take it SSH. So enter, and this will try to go and communicate. This is the first time, so it will ask you for the printing. So let me maximize it so that you can be guys will be more visible. Okay, so we are currently inside the Ubuntu machine. So you can see new name, if an a, you can see it's a Ubuntu machine, and this are the things over there. And the host name will be, this is the one. And if config, you can get the IP address. This is a, so basically this is not there. Sudo apt, let's install the net tools. Okay, so let me clear it. Sudo apt, let me check if config. Okay, so I'm just getting, this is the IP address of my AWS machine, Ubuntu machine. Let me clear it. So first step, we have to go and update the machine, because to ensure the machine is patched properly and everything is up to date. So the command is sudo apt upgrade. You don't need to worry. I have just given the link in the description. What are the commands? I am just configuring every setup, everything as documented, and I just give you the link in the GitHub link in the description. So please visit the site, GitHub site, and you can download the complete setup document and you can utilize it. Okay, so the package is updated. So now we have to install a few required packages, which is are needed for the EL stack. So the first one is sudo apt install curl. So for downloading certain packages, we need a curl. So we just installing the curl. Okay, so it is already there. So we good, it's good. So now let me go and install other thing, wget. So we have to fetch certain URLs. That is one thing. Sudo apt install gnupg2. Okay, sorry for the typo. gnupg2. Okay, so now the version is installed. Now we will install Java because Java plugin is needed. So sudo apt install open jdk and 11. So the next one is transport HTTPS. Okay, so let me clear it. So now we have installed all the required packages, whatever needed. Now we will go and add repo EL stacks related. So you can ignore this warning. You don't need to worry about it. So now we have successfully added the repository of EL stack. So again, we have to go and sudo apt update because the package will be updating over there. So repos and all the things will be added to that. Okay. So you can ignore this warning. You don't need to worry about it. So let's clear. And now first one is we going to install Elasticsearch first one. So let's go and enter. Okay. So the EL stack is installed. Suppose the EL stack means so Elasticsearch is installed. Now what we need to do is we need to do some configurations changes. So to do that, you have to go to this path sudo nano. Nano is the editor. Using the editor nano, you can edit this file, configuration file, sudo ects elastic search elastic search dot xml file. Okay, so here we have to do two changes. One is if you want, you can go and give a cluster names. But in my case, this is of just only one machine. So I'm not going to give any cluster name, but if you want, you can give a try. Okay, so all I need to do is I need to go and remove this one network. And here I have changed it to localhost. So instead of IP, I have to change it to the localhost. Okay, and then I need to the port number is this is the one I should open it. Okay, so this is why we are allowed this port number to be over there. Apart from that, do you no need to make any changes? This is fine. So now to save this, control O, enter, control X. So that's all. So now we will go and we will enable the service. So the service is enabled. So now we will be start the service. So that this service, whenever you reboot, so the service will automatically start by auto start kind of thing. You don't need to start manually. That is why we use the previous command. So now we are starting the Elasticsearch. It will take some time. Okay, so seems like the service is started. So to ensure everything works fine, so you can run this command and we should get the output. Okay, so it's all working, and it says that which version, and since the cluster name we didn't give any mistake, it's by default as Elasticsearch, and the license versions and everything we got it. So now one more thing is we can check the health of the Elasticsearch. So you can use this command and just see the health condition. Okay, so health is 100, so all good. So we have successfully configured Elasticsearch. So now we will go and set up Kibana. Okay, so let me clear it. And now we have installed the Kibana, but we have to do some configurations in Kibana.xml file. So we will go here, and all we just need to do is we have to enable the server port, which is communication is 5601. So we already allowed this one. And now other thing is what we need to do is server host is there, right? So we have to this instead of local host, you have to give the IP address like 0.0.0 because to accept the connection from any IP, this is where you can access. Then you have to go and select the uh, Elasticsearch IP address. So that's how it gets the dashboards and connectivities and everything. So you can go here and you can see that Elasticsearch is there, right? So yeah, so that's all. So now good to go. So let's Control O, enter, Control X, and now we will be start the service, enable the service, so that even the server reboot, the service will be Kibana service will start automatically. You don't need to start manually. Now let's go and start the service. Okay, so the service is started. So let's go and verify. So to how we can verify is, so we have to go to the again instance, Amazon instance, and this is the public IP address. So copy this one and just go to the blank page HTTP followed by this IP address and the colon 5601. This is a port number which we opened. Enter. Uh, yes, this is a HTTP, so we'll be getting on it. So continue with the HTTP site. So Kibana is loading successfully. So that's how you can see this is our AWS and datas are loading. The dashboard is ready, so it will be take some time, and it's suppose you can the integration part I'll just going to talk about it. So how you can add a beats in here and you can explore that one. So it will in a minute we will I'm just going to show. So now Kibana is actually working fine. So let's go to the terminal and proceed with the Logstash. So Logstash is a where you're going to collect all the logs, and it will be forwarding to the uh, parsings and everything will be happening. So let's go and install Logstash. Okay, so let me clear it. So now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to create a file called B2 input configuration. So this is basically kind of a parsing you're just giving. So it collect all the beat logs and send it to the logs slash. So use this is a very important one. Otherwise, your beat will not able to send the logs to Logstash, and you will not able to do parsing and furthermore. So to do that, you have to go to this path. Basically, we just configuration T, and we are going to create file called 2beats.input.configuration. Enter, and just copy and paste this query. You don't need to worry. I have given everything in the document. You just follow with the document. It will be easy for it. Because I see that most of the EL stack setup in the YouTube was not up to date, and there are a lot of pieces are missing over there. And that is what I came with a good picture. And most of the people are trying to set up EL stack in cloud-based solutions. So I thought this tutorial will give a more input on it. So that is the purpose of this video. If you enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the like button so that it will be really motivate and support my work. Control X, yes, enter. Okay. So let's go and one more time just test it whether the file is there, everything is copy cat. Cat is a command, you can use it and you can see, okay, the file is created and it is there. So now what we need to do is we need to create a configuration file, which is called to Elasticsearch output configuration file. So that that this will all the output whatever is coming on Elasticsearch site, it will be captured and passing search inquiries and everything will be under. So we will be creating this one, and let's copy this. So this is the where this is the query I have given it. Okay, so this is actually put it in the Elasticsearch. What is the host name and everything, beats where the which version. It will be in a proper time format. Will be given. You can customize according. You can do what according to your wish. So Control O, enter, and Control X. Then now good to go. So we can go and enable the Logstash. So Logstash is enabled. Now we will go and start the service. So Logstash is done. So now what we need to do is we need to configure this pipeline. So the integration of the pipeline to all the configurations, whatever its Logstash bin is coming, we have to integrate what we created to Elasticsearch output configurations. So this is a command so that all the user share logs bin whatever is coming over there, it will be forwarded to this output, and it will be from here only the inputs are going over there. Okay, so enter, and it is checking over there. It will take some time. Okay, so you can see that Logstash has successfully completed and everything looks good. So if there is any error, it will not start. So yeah, so for us it's good. So now what we'll do is again we will go and test Logstash one more time to see everything is works fine. So by how we can do is using this command, and yes, same thing. We just going and checking, and one more time we should be comes as a successful, so that we are good to go. Good. So the Logstash is running, everything is good. Okay. So I don't have a separate machine where to install beats and to collect over there for this demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert this server into a web server so that all the logs, whatever the web server related logs will be forwarded to the beat, and beat will be forwarding to there, so that I can see all the access related and whatever happening in a uh, web server related logs, it'll I can see it in the Kibana. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to install Apache, sudo apt install Apache 2. Okay, enter. Okay, so I think I need to go to the web server, sorry, instant, and I need to add a one more rule, network rule, so that the web server Apache web server will be I can able to see it over there. If you see here, if I'm just copying this and pasting over there, it works in 80, right? So it won't work. I believe it's 122. It'll not load the Apache web page. So yeah, so its network is blocking. So again, I have to go here and go to the security and just modify the rule. So here, just go to this wizard, the action, edit inbound rule, add a one more rule custom, and the port number is 80, and allow from anywhere. And I'm just saying that this is a Apache to save the rule, and this will be immediately take place. And now, if you go here, you can see that the web page is loaded. So now it's good to go. So the pages are loading. Let's go to the terminal and use a command called tail -f, and just go to the var logs log and uh, 2 and access dot log. Okay, basically the tail command, you can see the latest logs. So now let me clear it that I can show you. let me clear it and let me paste this. So you can see that the if I am just trying to access this file, right, the log will be generating. See, you can see. So all these logs where I'm going to forward it. It will gives my IP address and everything, which agent access, everything. You can see that these logs will be it goes to Logstash. So basically for that I have to install the beat. So let me go Control C and let me install this beat. So I'm just going to forward all this web server logs uh, to the Logstash. So I'm just going to download the beat from this version. So ensure the beat what you are installed, it should match to the it should be in a 7 version, and the age and whatever the main Elasticsearch and what version you are turning, so it should be matching. If the versions are differ, then it will not the product will not work. Okay. So enter and it's getting download. Okay. So here we have to made a few changes. So we have to figure out output.lagstash. So there we have to go and we have to uncheck it. Yes, so we are here. So this one we have to change the value. So basically we have to close this one and we just going to allow Kibana only so that this will be okay. So yeah, so this is one thing is it's good to go. So if suppose if it is tagged before the hashtag was there, remove the hashtag that this will be become. And here one more thing is what we need to do is we have to change this port number. This one you have to, so you have to Elasticsearch, we have to uh, tag it. This line should be target and it should be Logstash output. So you have to open this one. This is, you have to enable it, enable this so that output.logstash is open and all the things will be comes from the output from the 540 here. Okay. And one more thing is we need to go and quickly change the values for the input configurations. So if it is if it should be enabling that one. So let's go and search for, so W, control W, and you can search for uh, input configurations. Okay, yes. So it is enable, we have to enable from false to true. Sorry for the typo. Okay, so we have enabled it and now we have to update this path. So here it is coming from the entire path. So now what I'll be doing is I'm just giving the one path which we going to collect is from only uh, from the web servers only. Okay, so here I have to click here and just let me type it here itself. Okay, hyphen slash where slash log slash apache 2 and access related logs. I'm just going to get that from there. Okay, so this is the one. And one more thing is what we need to do is we need to check for configuration loading. So control W and we'll search for the keyword called configuration reloading. Okay, so I think it should be a stop. So that value should be changed from false to true so that we can enable it. The configuration reloading, yes, here. Okay, so this is should be true. Okay, so now good to go. So now what we'll do is we'll save this file. We will exit, enter, and we will exit. Good to go. Let me clear it. So now what we are doing is we're going to enable this file beat so that it'll always the file will be running. So system is enabled. So now what we'll do is we will change the load the index template. Okay, so we have to load this index template. So be it whatever the index manager needs, it will be loading whatever they created, right? So it will be loading on this board. Okay, so enter, and it's just okay. Index setups is finished, so it's all good. So now what we'll do is we'll go and enable the file beat thing. So now what we'll do is we'll go and enable the file bit. Okay, so file bit is enabled. Earlier we enabled a module. So now, sorry, now let's start the service. Okay, service is started. So let's first of all verify whether we are getting index are getting or not. So by running this command, we can, okay, so it's the logs are forwarding and it everything looks good. So yes, so indexing we done everything. If you done properly, you will be able to see. And let's see the indexing also. Let me clear it. And if see the what is indexings. Okay, so everything is green and all sending the logs and everything is good. Okay, so the file bit is 17 dot. So this is where I'm just going to show how we're going to convert this into a in a dashboard. So okay, so now we will go to the management and go to the index pattern. So we just need to create an index pattern first of all. So create an index pattern, and we are getting from here, right? So what we'll do is we will star file beat, sorry, file beat everything. What everything we are just going to set it. So file beat hyphen 7.17. Okay, so whatever comes on this one, it will be there, and we just going to get a timestamp. And so basically everything we are just selecting here. So whatever the star marks we given, if all the post that one, whatever is there, it will be added. So let's go and create an index. So now index is created successfully. Sorry, just go to the discover, and you can see the logs are coming over there. You can see the logs started coming to it. So if you just, for example, just so sorry, my bad. Let me close it. Okay, so you can see this has happened on 23, which is just 17. Let me go and try to refresh one more time, one more time, one more time. So we'll see whether there is a change in the time or not. Okay, so let refresh. It will take some time because these logs should goes to there and it will be parsing and it needs to come over there. So now we can see all the details, like you can see whatever the informations are available in the logs, we can able to it. So you can see this is file is updated, the refreshing, you can see I have accessed from here. So for there is one more adders over there. So you can go and create a dashboard or visualizations accordingly, then you can monitor over there. So this is how you can configure EL stack using the AWS. And instead of Filebeat, what you can do is you can install this Fileboard. I have just installed in the same server. You could have installed in other client servers. Only thing is you need to change the IP address. The file bit need to be you just need to go to the file bit server, and instead of localhost, you just need to give the Elasticsearch IP, Kibana's IP address, then it will be start working over there. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you think the video is useful and interesting, and if you think adding a value to you, please feel free to subscribe and hit a like button, and please follow me for the channel updates on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Telegram. So the links are in the descriptions. So please, I mean, Telegram link. I have a portal's chat support as well. So the links are there. You can use that link and join to that group, and you can ask questions if you have anything over there. Just comment below how many people are using Elasticsearch and how you are utilizing the Elasticsearch in your SIEM tool and how you are using it, whether you host it in Azure or AWS or on-prem. Just comment below so that I will also know majority of audience, and based on that I can come with the more videos contents accordingly. See you soon with another interesting video. Take care. Bye.